Welcome to your daily focus for December the 12th, 2018. I'm Tilly, and this is Tarot with Tilly, and thank you. Thank you, Tilly, for all of the positive, loving, supportive energy you send my way each and every day. Let's turn to the cards and see what the energy is going to be like for us. Two of Pentacles. Weighing the options, making the decisions. This talks about two paths, and both paths are good in some way, great in some way. There's two ships coming in, so there's a decision to be made. Not so far in the distant past, and I can't remember what readings it was where I was getting that cloud there as a storm coming in out of nowhere. But I get it more as a storm that has passed. It's kind of left the landscape barren. It's done its damage. And now it's time to walk into abundance and growth. And it's time to really start making the decisions. So we're weighing out the options. We're kind of holding that pentacle up in the air like there's some kind of writing on it, some kind of message to us. Oh, interesting. Look at this. We have the Empress sitting right in the middle. Well, today is a 12, right? So how fitting that the 3 energy shows up. The energy of this month, the energy of all of next year. And it's not going to be easy to tap into this energy. We're in detriment. I'm going to take the 3rd card and see where we're going with this, the Knight of Pentacles. So this is the energy we need to have, but it's not going to be easy. So maybe today is a day of wonder and a day of sparkles and a day of great things happening, a day of seeing how we can possibly go forward. The actual numerology of the day, if you add it up, is 17, which is the star, which is making the impossible possible, taking a risk on yourself. But it's not just a risk, it's a calculated risk. So you can't just go out and take a risk on yourself today and expect to hit the jackpot. It's got to be a calculated risk. Mercury goes into Sagittarius today. We were here, October 31st was the last time. And Mercury had moved a little bit through Sagittarius, moved back into Scorpio, moved back out of Scorpio, and now we're back in Sagittarius on the way forward. So whatever you did around October 31st, if you journal, you might want to go back and see if you are treading over the same old ground and seeing things under a new light, a new perception, because that could very well be. And don't dismiss it. You've walked this path twice. This is the 3rd time through. And then you're gone. Then you're gone to new energy, new starts, new ways of expressing yourself, of laying your seeds out, planting your seeds, laying your plans out. And this is not going to be easy energy, so we might want to just jump into something because it looks better and I've thought about it enough, and you kind of push past any new information that could be coming in right now to you, or maybe a different perception. So I'd be a little cautious on making those decisions without taking one more glance. The Empress is about patience. It's fertility. It's planting the seed and waiting for it to slowly mature. Believing in it even while it lays under the ground and you can't even see that seed. But you know that you've done the work in order to give it the ability to shoot through the earth, to climb towards the sun. to manifest your dreams. It's not going to be easy to tap into that energy if in some way we just want to make the decision and be done with it. They both look good. What's the harm in going this way? We'll see where it leads. So I'm thinking some kind of information. I'm thinking Mercury is very important to us today in that we will start to uncover more. And Mercury, I would say information, and we're reading something, we're talking about something, we're discussing something, we're swapping ideas and plans, and things just come together a little bit differently. Your perception may change. You may go back in your journal and find out that your perception has already changed on the matter. Because the Knight of Pentacles, which was very popular in all the readings this week, wasn't it? We don't have armor on. We don't have a weapon. We're looking straight forward to where we're going. We're not rushing there, but we're taking it one step at a time, making sure that we'll get there. We hold that pentacle in front of us with a confidence. We know that nobody can take that magic away from us, that abundance away from us, that happiness, that joy, unless we allow it. And we're just simply not going to allow it. They can't take it away. And if they were to take it, you could reclaim it. So maybe part of it is reclaiming your power where you've given it away in the past. Now, the Knight of Pentacles can also be a little bit too sure of himself. So be careful of taking it to the extremes and where you're right and where you're stepping. Always be open to a knight. Knight isn't, a little bit better than a page, but still bound to make some mistakes before the knight becomes the king, the queen, the emperor, the empress. Let's get an affirmation. So I think, just watch the knee-jerk energy today. I do think that there could be good things opening up to you today, good messages coming in today, things that'll make you want to act, things that give you this hope to rush into a direction that possibly you may not want to go, or go with an understanding, or go with different conditions, or I think information can come in if we sit patiently and wait, as the Empress does. Although I don't think we'll be inclined to. It'll have to, we'll have to discipline ourselves perhaps in some way. And our affirmation card is the Page of Air. Another young energy. We've had so many pages appearing lately. Young energy, new beginning, childlike energy. New ideas. A theory not yet proven. Curiosity. New focus. This calls for greater investigation, as we've only scratched the surface. I don't really know. That's interesting. And if I explore this way of thinking, what can I learn? Mercury being in Sagittarius, so what can we learn? Absolutely. How can we learn? How can we broaden our mental horizons in some way? And where can our curiosity take us? It could take us anywhere. It could take us everywhere. So Mercury sometimes is not the greatest energy to have in Sagittarius, because the more we see, the more we see, the more we see, the more we see, and all of a sudden we get scatterbrained and we don't actually get anywhere. So it's a little bit about discipline. We have this Page of Air, so discipline's going to be a hard thing for ourselves right now. We've got a ton of mutable fire energy happening in the sky. So we can change tracks so easily, where it's easy, it's an easier flow. And then the fire, we just want to go, go, go. And yes, we want to use that energy, absolutely. We want to use, but we don't want to allow it to use us. So, new ideas, a theory not yet proven, curiosity, and new focus. Absolutely. So, you know, the Knight of Pentacles being here says if we use the energy properly, we could ride away with a higher self-esteem, um, a better love or understanding of ourselves, or maybe the situations or events or people around us. That we sit a little taller in that saddle, that we're a little bit more sure of ourselves, our intuition, our wisdom. So don't be too quick to make the decision. Remember, Mercury will still be in its shadow retrograde period right up till December 24th. So, you know, you have time to act. Don't worry. Calculated risk. Be the Empress, and it's not going to be an easy task today. Deep rest. Oh, when's the last time we saw our little mouse in the hammock? He hasn't been around for a while. And he's reminding us to rest, to take time for ourselves, to back it up a little bit. Lazy sleep, rest, and meditate. Rest is not idleness, and to lie sometimes on the grass under the trees on a summer's day, listening to the murmur of water or watching the clouds float across the sky, is by no means a waste of time. Mouse says it's time for you to make time for laziness. You don't have to be constantly on the go. After all, that is how you become run down. Spend a little time each day or week doing something you enjoy that is completely frivolous and fun. It could be just an afternoon laying in the hammock, reading a book, watching your favorite movie, playing with the kids. Sometimes rest doesn't necessarily have to be sleeping, but just quieting your mind. Take some time grounding yourself by taking a yoga class, gardening, fishing, spending time in nature. Spend at least 10 minutes a day meditating and just being in the moment. You don't have to physically be at your happy place to go to your happy place. It can simply be within your mind. And the more you practice, the easier it becomes. So true to that. 10 minutes a day. If you don't meditate, 10 minutes is an awfully long time to meditate your first time. Because what will happen is you'll take that nice deep breath in. You know, you're sitting all nice and everything. And then you release it. And you're imagining your breath going in, being very conscious of your breath leaving through your lips. And then you take another breath in, and then a thought comes. And then a couple of seconds goes by and you realize you're caught up in that thought. And so you just thank the thought and you go back to your breathing again. And about 3 seconds after that, you'll be off your brain will take you off in another story. Just acknowledge it, go back to your breathing. And so after 2 or 3 minutes, I mean, you know, work on 2 or 3 minutes of just doing that a couple of times a day, rather than trying to sit for 10 whole minutes. And when you start to get the hang of that, then maybe you want to pick, you know, a 5-minute period. Unless it's, you know, something that where somebody else is reciting a meditation for you, so it'll kind of keep you on track. But still, then you're drifting off. You go into your own thoughts. So 10 minutes. Break up that 10 minutes. 5 times a day, do it for 2 minutes. But take a break. Take that breath. Maybe we do have to take a step back. Maybe we do need to talk to other people. Brainstorm together. Share ideas, share thoughts, share passions. Allow time for new information to come to you, for you to gain new perspectives. And until we meet again, remember, I do love you.